Hello and welcome to computer class. My name is Dave and today we're talking about script writing in videography. So I want to start out by saying what is a script? Well, a script is a written text of a play, movie, or broadcast. It's very important actually. A lot of times we think we just run out, we shoot a movie, and we're done. It's just kind of ad-libbed, it's random, it's arbitrary, but that's not how it is. A script is very organized and it keeps the thought process of the movie flowing so that it actually makes sense to the viewer. Okay, so that being said, a script writer is a person who writes the written form of a play, movie, or television show, and it's fairly difficult to do. It's a very high-end profession, and people are paid large sums of money to write the scripts for professional movies today. A screenplay is a little bit different. It's a written form of a movie that also includes instructions on how it's to be acted and filmed, and it's usually for places like Broadway or stages where people actually go on stage to act something out. So how does a script help you when doing a movie? It helps you focus on developing a goal for your video. And if your video doesn't have a goal, then it's gonna hit nothing. It has no target. So that would be very bad. It helps you develop a theme for your video, which is very important to make everything kind of coexist together, to be cohesive, to be centralized, and not to be randomly pieced scenes that just happen to sort of go together. That just makes your video look so messy and nobody's going to watch it. It also helps you with communication and your teamwork that goes into it. So when you're trying to get a whole bunch of people organized to make a video, if you have a team that's any size, you can't rally them around an idea that isn't written down, because an idea that you can't write down isn't an idea. They won't be able to complete it with you. Okay? It helps you create a rough outline of your video, and this outline is where you start to decide where the scenes start and end, and kind of how the entire movie will flow, or the clip, or the commercial, or the promo video, or whatever you're doing, whatever videography you happen to be creating. And there's all different levels here. I mean, it could be the most high end or it could be the most low end. Okay. They also help you decide what is the takeaway or the call to action. All videos need a call to action, especially those in the commercial industry. Always end with buy this product, or go to this website, or as a result of seeing maybe an event one, you would say, oh, you want to go to this event, or as a result of seeing this trailer, you want to go see this movie. A lot of times, videography has a call to action, and it makes people do something. There's a step at the end that they have to accomplish. Okay? And that being said, videos need to inspire, capture, and create a desire or need. So even if you're not making one that has a call to action at the end, we all capture some inspiration from every movie. Um, Whether it be a historical fiction movie, or a historical that's real documented history, and there's a character that's fictitious in it. While we say we're just immersed in the history there, and we're inspired by that to maybe not let history repeat itself, or maybe to let history repeat itself, depending on the type of history that it is. Um, what can we capture from it? Is there something the character learns? There's something that they go through that's an incredible, intense thing that really the audience feels as a result of seeing this video? And then does it create a desire or need? Sometimes videos can make people honestly feel the desire to do something, to go out and help more people, to start a movement, to create something as a result. There's lots of different things that videos do. If it's a tutorial, maybe you'll be inspired by this video to go out and create something. And so there's a creation goal, if you will, for even this video. And all videos should have kind of those things. And that's the purpose of the script helps with, if you will. So what does a script include usually? And here's a very simple one that you can see on screen here. I got this off Google, so whoever made this, props to them. Thank you for that. But usually it has a description, characters, music, dialogue, camera shots, sound effects, voiceovers, lighting, and locations. All of these are very important elements. Your description is what exactly is um, the movie, the play, the short clip, the tutorial, the trailer about. Your characters, who's in it? Are they named? Are they not? What is going on there? Music, whether will it have background music? Will it be silent? Sometimes clips without music are almost deafening. silent and it just makes them awkward or weird. So it's usually better to put some sort of background in there. Dialogue, what's everybody going to say? What are the camera shots? And I will talk about camera shots in a later lesson, but they're incredibly important. And if you mess up camera shots, you could almost destroy the entire video. Sound effects, what needs to happen? Are there swords going on in the video? If so, clinking sound effects, why not? Uh, if there's shooting or action, those are all sound effects that are added afterwards. Voiceovers, let's just say it's panning and there's this cinematic entrance to a group of mountains. Maybe someone's talking in the background and saying something and inspiring you to get out and accomplish great things with your life. I don't know. The voiceover could really matter in the background of certain types of videos. Lighting, without good lighting, a lot of videos just look really, really terrible and low end. So make sure lighting's a thing. And it's sometimes hard when you're starting out with videography to have good lighting, but also with that whole note, it's pretty easy to get a hold of lighting because we have the sun, and natural lighting is probably the greatest tool at your disposal as a starting out videographer. And then locations. Where are you shooting each shot? Um, is it happening here, there? I mean, is it happening, at a desk? Where's it happening? So it's good to have locations on your script. Okay, so 3 different types of scripts that people tend to use when they're in videography. It just depends on the size of your video. The first is an outline script. It's a short description, a bullet pointed script that lists the video in small chunks. So usually it contains title, description, length, and perspective scenes, and just kind of lists them in like real simple short. When I'm trying to make like a simple advertisement for the place that I work for, usually this is the type of script that I will do, a simple outline script. It's very easy to create. Just the title of it, at the top, we're making a ad, the description, give a little bit of description about the ad. It's going to be 2-3 minutes, maybe 1 minute, whatever. And then the perspective scenes listing them out. Oh, scene 1, we're going to show this person doing this. Scene 2, we're going to show this person doing this. Okay, so that's an outline script, and it's for small videography projects. The second is a camera script, and it's usually on cinematography in the cinematography world. It's a cue sheet indicating the various camera positions that will be used when shooting a scene. And this is usually handed to, first of all, the director of photography, but secondarily, the camera crew that are sitting there and making sure that everything is set up, and also the gaffing crew and all the people that go into lighting and everything. They all have to know this and see this script ahead of time. But the camera script usually outlines for the camera operator and the operators that are around him the exact size, position, angle of the shot, camera movements, lighting that the director wants and throughout the scene. It contains camera positions, angles of the shots, camera movements, and the lighting. All of those things in the cinematography world are very, very important to know because how else is the shot going to happen? And a lot of times, since you are blowing something up in one of these shots, you don't have to blow the car up twice. It costs a lot of money to do that. So you want to make sure that everyone's in the right place at the right time to get the specific angle that they can and that it's perfect. And as a result, this camera script becomes very important when shooting high-end videos. A third is the full script. It's usually the largest of the 3, and the reason is it contains everything. It's usually handled by the director a little bit. And the main script is for everyone involved in the project. It's where the scriptwriter breaks down the story in sequence, and page by page you can see the actors' lines and the writing and such, and descriptions and things. Um, and it goes scene by scene, describing the story, the action, the characters, the background, the location for shooting, the voiceovers, the lines for the actors. A lot of times it will even have in the camera shots and things. So again, it contains story, action, characters, background, location, voiceovers, lines for the actors, camera script, and the story outline. So everything is included in this. And this is the project that I want us to center around in this class and really to get a hold of and to do as a project because it's so important. It actually really teaches you a lot when you write a script. And sometimes the arduous task of writing through a script is like, I don't really want to do that. But when you do it, you find a lot of holes in your idea, and you also find a lot of things that can be fixed before you even go out and take the time, or should I say, sometimes waste the time shooting the clips that that doesn't really fit into the overall storyline or to the description. Once you write everything out, you kind of see the really big details that need to be fixed in your video. And so it's very important to actually do a full script ahead of time if you're doing any type of a video, which we are here. Okay. That being said, here's some tips for writing a script. Be thorough and detailed. Don't leave anything out. You can always exclude it later or cut it back later. Make sure to put everything in there. Script out every word that the actors are going to say. Make sure everything is there. Don't make it up as you go. Don't ad lib life because that's going to make your video low quality. Use different types of dialogue and camera ideas. And there's lots of suggestions for this, but I'm just going to give you two quick tips on this. One is B-roll is really important. So the difference between A-roll and B-roll, and I'm going to give you a clip to go watch down below in the description. But the difference between A-roll and B-roll is simple. A-roll is the actual main subject that's on camera, and B-roll is subsequent footage. And how much B-roll you have in your videos actually is really, really important. Now, if you notice in this video that you're watching, there's literally only A-roll. You're watching me talk. I don't really cut to anything, but if I wanted to make a video that was incredibly engaging for an ad, I would have a lot of the main subject, whatever it is, let's just say it's a Coke can, and then subsequent shots of like stuff like fruit exploding and everything, and lots of water dripping down the can and everything, and then back to the original logo of Coca-Cola or something like that, drink Coke. That is the subsequent shots or additive shots to the actual main subject is considered B-roll. And again, I'm going to link a video down in the description. But something else I missed when I was saying this is don't make it up as you go. Script every word. Don't make it up as you go. Please don't do that because it's going to create videography, and I already said this, that is poor quality. I've seen this happen so many times. People make up an idea and it's a great idea, and then they go out and they wing it, and then it turns out to be like a half-hearted video. You'd be surprised that people like Rhett and Link for Good Mythical Morning and Dude Perfect and lots of other people actually script out their videos before they do them. They really don't ad lib as much as you guys think they might when it comes to professional YouTube. It's actually really, really high end, and they do a lot of work to get it all right. And so that script keeps them in line. But then back to using different types of dialogue camera ideas. B-roll. Here is a person who describes B-roll. He does a great job. I'm going to link his video down in the description. Make sure you watch that. And then the second piece, I guess, differentiation that you could use and different type of a idea is a voiceover, words that are spoken in a movie or television program by a person who is not seen. It's kind of a cool idea, so it's just something to add on to your thoughts as you're coming up with this idea for a video and writing your script. And so I will link another video down in the description of someone doing an incredible, from my college, incredible B-roll shot that also has A-roll and B-roll, sorry, but it also has a voiceover, which is pretty cool. So watch that down in the description. Number 4, use collaborative services like Google Sheets. When creating your script, I'm going to show you an example of that at the end of this, but use a collaborative service like Google Sheets. Get someone to proof your script for errors. A lot of times you will write it quickly and you'll mess up, and there'll be different errors and things that you need to go through. When you read it through correctly, you're like, that doesn't sound like the person would talk like that. Okay, maybe you should change it. So make sure you read it over and get someone else to proof your script. Make sure every member of your team contributes to writing the script. When it comes to small budget things and small starting out videography, make sure everyone's involved. Don't exclude anyone because everybody's part of the team. And if you're the only one making the video, make sure you get some help from somebody. That way they can peer into your idea and find out, is this a viable idea, so to speak. Okay. Practice reading your script out loud. If you're one of the ones who's going to be on camera, make sure you just read it through a couple times before you do it, because when you get on camera, it's harder than you might think to just talk on camera. I know that because starting out in teaching on YouTube and teaching online, I started many videos and I've stuttered and I've stammered, and it's been harder than you might think to talk on camera. So make sure that you read it out loud. That way you have it down of what you're going to talk about. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link down in the description 3 types of videos that I think would be really easy starting out to make as a young videographer. The first is a trailer for a movie that doesn't exist. In other words, like for instance, this one here, Farmville the movie. There's no Farmville movie, but it's a cool idea these people came up with. Again, from my college. Check it out in the description. I'm going to link it down there. This is another one. It's for a product that doesn't exist. It's called 85 Hour Energy. I thought it was hilarious. Again, from my college. I'll link it down in the description, and you can check it out and watch that. It's pretty funny, but that's another easy one to make if you wanted to start out learning about videography. Make a commercial for something that doesn't exist. Obviously, you don't want to do a company because then they would come after you for obvious reasons. And then the third one you could make it be pretty easy is maybe a school event or a company event or something like that. And so here is an example of one of those at a school event. Again, from my college, I'll link the description down below. You can take a look at it and watch over that. Okay. And lastly, I'm just going to link a motivational video from somebody's life. This is Jack Ma. He's incredible. And just watch this video and see all the different B-roll shots that they shoot as he's talking and all the different aspects that they give to the video. He's talking, so he's the voiceover in the background. It's just a really good composite, inspiring story, which is what videography is all about. Go check that out. I'll link it down in the description as well. Okay, and then lastly, I want you to do is get into Google Sheets because I've already taught Google Sheets in this class, and create the full script that you see in front of you. Okay, I'm going to leave it on screen for a couple seconds while I talk about it. Make sure you have the team names, the team title, a description that's 30 words or more in there of your video. Give the video's length if you can prescribe it. I recommend that if you're doing any of the previous things that we just suggested, such as a school event or a movie that doesn't exist or a product that doesn't exist, if you do any of those, I would suggest not making them longer than 2 minutes because otherwise people lose interest. In your details, you would tend to list out the name of the scene, how much time, the characters, the props, the shots, the lighting, the motion. You might even want to put the location in there, which I forgot to do. Then you want to list all the people talking. Here they are, right there in each scene, and you can also break the scenes up. Scene 1 doesn't just have to include everything. It could be this first line is scene 1A, and then the next line could be scene 1B, and scene 1C even. Scene 1 could have multiple shots in it, and therefore you might have 10 specific lines dedicated to scene 1. I just put 1 because I don't actually have anything written in here. This is a blank script. Okay, you're filling it in. But needless to say, scene 1A, scene 1B, C, D, E, F, G, it could go on for a while, actually. Scene 1 could have quite a lot of shots in it. And so I'd recommend giving yourself, if you end up at the end of your creating of your video script and you don't have like 30 shots, then you've probably, for a 2-minute video, you've probably not done a justice to the amount of camera shots and angles that you need. If you watch any trailer or any movie clip of any movie on the planet, just start the movie trailer and then start counting how many scenes they have per like it's like every second, literally. It's like boom, 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 boom. They're switching scenes really quick. So if you think about it, if you're making a movie trailer, you want it to be engaging and in your face, and a lot of scenes are going to go into that. And the same with a lot of movies. They switch scenes quite often. So you might need 30 lines going on here, and scene 1 might have 10 scenes in it, 10 shots in one scene, so to speak. That's what I'm saying. So let me actually pull you over to my browser here. This is actually what I did. So I actually outlined what I was saying here. Scene 1A, scene 1B, scene 1C, and putting in my lines there. Here's my 30-word purpose statement. So I've really honed in on maybe what the video is specifically about and giving me a call to action as to a purpose. What am I inspiring to people to do after watching this clip? It's very important that that's your target goal and you reach that by the end of it. Okay, so hopefully you've learned something today. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this videography lesson on how to write a video script, and I will see you in the next video.